What's going on, Mayhem Mafia? Welcome back to the Swamp Deck. We are in the bunker where the signal is strong and the convo is stronger. This guest for today is built like a tank, grew up in a military family, talks like a veteran, and has some content that if you haven't seen yet, you're really missing out. You need to go check it out. He's the one that got me into everything. This is Deeez Gains, aka Deeez. We appreciate you being bunkered down with us. It was a fight. You and Gamage was hard to get on this.
That's right, man. That's right.
This was hard.
That's right.
But I want to give you a second and let you tell us about yourself. For the people that have never seen you before, have no idea about your content or anything, tell us about yourself as you got to this point, and then we're going to dive deeper for the many thousands of people that follow you every day. So go ahead. Here's your intro. Have at it.
All right. Well, thank you for bringing me on the show today. My name's Darius. You guys know me as Deeez Gains, a plethora of nicknames. The Bill Drill, whatever you want to call it. But I've been in the 2A space for, I think, going on seven and a half years. Started just, shooting in an indoor range at Shooter's World in Tampa. Got my concealed carry. Yep, exactly. Got my concealed carry. Went to Shooter's World. I went there, man. I trained probably every 2 weeks, man. And it was like 300 rounds every week. But I got 2 kids, married, happily married. I live in the Bay Area. And I guess you guys know me for the social media shenanigans, commentary, playful words, and I rock with you guys, the Squad Drills team, my brother Mac Bros JW. I'm rocking the shirt right now, as you can see, and I'm rocking the Brownells hat, as you guys can
Always.
see. Always. But yeah, again,
It's always that hat.
it's always that hat. And what's funny is I have like 7. So it's
What
not
I
the
think
same
is
hat, but it looks like the same hat.
what I think is funny is the first 2 Brownells hats I got
Yeah,
was from you,
yeah. Yep.
and they're both so faded and worn, and yet your hats look like pristine and brand new. It's like,
That's right. I
how?
just pop out
How?
with another one. Dude,
Yeah, it's
if I'm gonna go train with the bros, I bring out the old beat up Brownells hat. If I'm gonna be walking around with the family, I'll rock another one. If I'm gonna be like out with my son, he does soccer and my daughter does cheer. If I'm gonna be out in the sun and I know I'm gonna sweat a little bit, I'll bring a hat that's not the beater hat from the range, not the walking around hat, but the third hat.
yeah. They're which
Yeah.
if you guys don't know, like his son is like breaking ankles out there when it
He's
comes to soccer.
collecting.
Like I've watched this kid and I was like, dude, like
He's collecting.
there's no way I could keep up with him. No
Dude,
way.
I've seen him
No.
snatch the ankles of a grown adult.
That's what I was
When
like. You showed
yeah,
me, what was it, parents versus kids or whatever, and
yeah,
he
yeah.
was, oh my god!
He almost put a parent in the hospital, man, off of some ankles.
I was like, dude, that should be
Yep.
illegal. But
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah,
but
man.
good for him. Good for
Yeah.
him.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
All
both
right,
of the
man.
kids are pretty awesome.
Yeah, especially like I said, Little Gains and your daughter, she
Addie.
does
Yep.
cheerleading,
Yep.
and your wife
She
coaches
does.
cheerleading, right?
Yep.
Or I think that's better. Not
She does.
teaches, but
She
coaches.
Yep. She is a coach. She
So
is a
that's
coach in cheerleading as well. So it's the whole family is. I'm the only one that's not in a sport unless we
yeah.
call
Well,
shooting
you
a sport.
are. You are.
I am now, right?
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
We finally got
Well,
into
I
the
guess we
sport.
both are.
That's true.
You
We
know,
both got into the sport now. So we are
yeah.
athletes.
I, I, I
That's
guess.
right.
I mean, I'm just here.
Conditioned,
Um,
non-conditioned athletes.
so where did the name Deeez Gains come from? And was it ever anything worse before that, like as a nickname? Did you ever have a worse nickname before that? And where did Deeez Gains itself come from?
So I've had a couple of nicknames. In high school, I was nicknamed Dairy Lou. DarryLou. So that was my high school nickname. And then when came into college, excuse me, when I came into college and then I started getting into competitive paintball, I earned the nickname, or I was given the nickname Pinky by a friend of ours who was on our team. Um, so back in the day. So I had the Pinky nickname for the longest. That was the only name that I was called on the field, off the field, around all the paintballers space. I don't even think anybody knew my real name. So I had that name for a while, and then Deeez Gains came out. That actually was brought about from my wife. She actually came out with that name. Um,
Really?
hmm She came out with that name. I had been shooting for, I don't know, maybe 6 months, and she had been on Instagram for quite a while, like early adopter of Instagram. And at one point, her and a friend of mine named Ray, they recommended that I hop on Instagram, but I wasn't into social media. So
Hmm.
my wife created the
Sounds
name.
familiar.
Yep, my wife created the name. She helped me set up the Instagram account, and then I started getting, familiar with it, and this is where we are today.
So where did the name Pinky come from in the paintball world?
Yeah, so that came from I don't should probably never see this video, but her name is Bethany. I think Bethany Vaughn was the last name. I know her first name was Bethany, but she came out with Pinky because back then when I was a baller, like an X-ball, speedball player,
Hmm.
um, I only ran pink guns. So
Okay.
it's funny when I see people like
It's funny how
rocking
that
pink.
translates.
Yeah, I see people like people don't understand, or I say they don't understand. They understand, but people don't get the fact that when they see me rocking pink guns, like that's a fad. Man, I've been rocking pink guns before I came into running pistols
Real
and real
guns.
guns, right?
You like,
Like
yeah.
that just carried into everything. So my paintball gun was pink and black. I had two paintball guns. I had an Ion, which was pink and black, and then I
Oh.
had a Shocker
Mm.
SST, which was pink and black as well. And I sourced all the parts because they didn't make a Shocker in all pink, or they didn't make a Shocker in pink and black. They made it in all pink. So I had both, and I still
Trying to
have
get
that
the
Shocker
females
today,
in
bro.
it.
hmm
You
So
still have it?
I still have it. I have to post that up. It's in the garage.
Yeah. Like I don't know why you haven't yet.
I have.
Like
It's in my
that.
earlier posts, like
Well,
way early when I first was
recently,
getting it. Yeah,
recently, I don't.
I'll bring it up after this show.
Yeah.
We'll bring it up.
This next week, you have to
Heck
because
yeah.
this part right here, I'm gonna spend my time, and I like when I edit the videos and stuff like that. I will
Yeah.
watch for like each episode is about an hour, and I
hmm
will literally sit there and watch the episode 4, 5, 6 times. So you're talking about 5 hours of me
I mean,
watching it over, and I will find this and I will do it. All
yeah,
right.
man.
Uh,
Remind me. Actually, I'll remember because we just talked about it,
you
so
you
I'll
better
show that
you
one.
better. I'm not going to remind you. I'm just going to throw it. If you
hmm
don't throw it out there, I'm throwing that part out there, and you're going to be like, ah, crap.
Yeah, that's funny. That's
So tell me about you. Well, we kind of talked about this. You as a father and a husband, and how you're able to do all the other things, your hobbies. I know you're very like that. That was one of the hardest things with us. Was your son in soccer, you doing the cheerleading thing. You're having. I mean, you were driving all over the
yeah,
state for
yeah,
competitions and stuff like that, which is great. So how do you find time to do the not even just the shooting, but the content creation with the shooting?
So it's a pretty hard struggle. Actually, I can't really complain at it as it being hard struggle. More so, I'm like, I am diagnosed ADHD. So I can ping everywhere. Like I can be here, think here, my brain can be here, my body can be here, and at a flip of a dime, I could be thinking about this, processing over here. So as I'm like going through the stages of taking care of the kids and where they need to be, or holding it down for whatever emergency my wife needs to have, or whatever the case is, super late nights of her being out and about. Um, I'm processing uh, social media engagement in the middle of either driving, picking up, sitting in a parking lot until, 10 o'clock at night, driving back home an hour. So, what a lot of people don't see is that even though I am on the road or I am taking care of the family, there is some downtime. And in that downtime, that's when I'm processing just information, life things, crunching numbers, doing bills, paying things, writing emails. I use my notes. I have a book right here beside me that I write all my notes in, or not all my notes, but for the most part, if I have an idea in my head, I jot it down before I lose that idea because there's just so much going on. So, for anybody that's out there, get yourself a little notebook if you have a ton of ideas, because I know I always get asked that question. You asked that question here. See? You have one,
I
so you
keep one.
get it, man. That
Yeah,
helps out a lot. It helps out a lot, guys,
it does.
when you ask that question from somebody who's doing social media. I have so much that's running through my head at any given moment that if I don't write it down, I will, it's gone. Absolutely gone. So so yeah, that's how I juggle things, man.
Some tells me your book is more than 4 pages in, like mine.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I popped
Like,
this thing open, dude.
yeah,
It's pretty you want me to rattle off just a few things from this book?
yeah. Go ahead.
All right, so I have
And
like
I
ideas
honestly don't.
for
I don't think
go ahead.
it's ADHD. I think it's more of
hmm
this man without trying to get any kind of trouble, which I'm sure will get canceled anyway because it's me. This is more of like Asperger's. Like the way this guy does shit, it's like, dude, there's no I can't even keep up. Like, and I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he does it. And that's my thing is I'm trying to figure out how the fuck do I catch up? And like where you guys even you'll watch it just like other content creators. You guys will watch a video or see something and then you'll use that and put it into your content creation. So as you're shooting a gun, then
Yeah.
you'll put a small skit from Godfather or something
Yeah.
else and I'm like, how the fuck did they ah. But go
That
ahead,
that
rattle off.
Yeah, so I have one here. It's a, quick picture. Look at this. This is a drawing for how I want to set up the playroom for my kids upstairs. And while I was traveling, taking the kids to whatever sports that they had to go in, I took the measurements before I left the house. And in my head, as I'm processing, I'm like, all right, I need to get this on paper so I know what to do. So that's what I do, man. I process this, I write it down, I get to my destination, I look it over, and then if I don't check it off my list for that day, at least I have it jotted down. So when it's ready to like purchase, uh, I don't know, like a desk or TV or something to put into that room, I've already have it jotted down. So that's just information I can just flush it out of my head, process the next thing into. Dude, I got a page on here for stocks, like stock investments. I have a
Yeah, yeah,
whole
yeah.
percentage portfolio, stock
Yeah.
investments, the
Oh,
acronyms,
oh,
the three letters.
3% return? Fuck you.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Take away, you know what I mean? How much are they going to charge me? It's all in this book here. So
And
I keep a
what's
physical
funny
and
is,
then go ahead.
no, what I was gonna say is, I do have my notebook. Usually, I keep this notebook in my pocket all the time, and I keep a pen on me all the time. That comes from basically the military. But what I use it for now is like when I'm working armed security, and
Hmm.
I come up on a vehicle. Like the last 2 weeks, I've been protecting a lot of Christian schools because of the uprise in their attacks on those schools. So like if I come up on a vehicle and I'm like, this vehicle looks weird, something's not right, I jot down white Honda Ridge line, here's the plate and all
Yeah.
that. And I just, because once I write that down, then I'm like, cool, I can kind of let that go. Now I need to do my verbal judo and talk to this person, be like, why are you here? Who are you? And what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
But
That's
other
the
than
same
that,
thing,
on
dude. It's the same thing like
go
you,
ahead.
man. I guess I should have stated that I'm a military brat, right? Seen a lot of countries, traveled the world. I'm not military, but military brat gets to see some things. And then I did junior ROTC, so I got to participate in some things like the average civilian doesn't get to participate in. We talk about the gas chamber room.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it. Uh,
Oh,
trained
oh
by
yeah,
actual,
yeah.
trained by the devil dogs, the actual Marines, like actual Marines. So getting yelled at, polishing, lights cut off, getting woken up at 4 o'clock, actually 3:30 in the morning, um, with the drill sergeant yelling in your face at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. 5 minute showers, rip back the shower curtain. Yeah, I've been part of
Mhm.
that. I have
Yeah.
been part of that.
And
That's why I
they
have a.
were
Go ahead, man. Now you
they
can
were
laugh because you're like,
lenient.
dang, he actually has. If he's talking about that, only people who've
What
done it can
what
talk about that.
it first of all, most people don't know what it is to have a 5 minute shower.
No.
And that was lenient. In
Yeah.
basic training, we had 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
didn't get a full minute. And
Bro.
oh, but and like what I do is a lot of times when I'm sitting at the computer and I'm going over, um, content or questions or who I'm gonna talk to on not the next podcast, something will pop off in my head of, hey, don't forget to do this, which has nothing to do with the podcast. I'm like, oh shit. So I have whiteboards. I have a black whiteboard behind me, but I have 6 or 7 whiteboards. I fucking love whiteboards.
Boards. I have a
It's because
whiteboard
I'll
right here to the right.
do.
You can't
I
see
just
it.
run in and I'll fucking
Hmm.
draw or do what I need and boom. And I like that because I put it up on the wall and when I walk into this area, the swamp deck, and I'm looking around or doing my dry fire, I see it and I'm like, oh shit. Where it's in my pocket, I don't see it all the time. So I
Yeah.
love whiteboard. Dude, mirrors, I don't care. If I could use a dry erase marker, then I will write on it. I
You
don't
have
care.
to, man. You have to. And I learned that from I would say I took a piece of the military with me, even though I wasn't actually active duty. But that information right there about the logging of information in real time when you need it, just like I carry a permanent marker. If a situation goes down, if I have to use my tourniquet out in the field, and I
Yeah.
say the
I got to
field being
write
like,
on your forehead
yeah,
what it is
exactly.
that it can't get wiped off.
Exactly. That's what the permanent marker's for. I either write it on my arm or write it on their arm. I do my timestamp of this is when I put the tourniquet on, here's the time, and then that starts the clock. People don't even think about that, dude.
Yeah.
And you
It's
wouldn't even know
it's
that until we just talked about it. Like, oh,
yeah.
that's stuff we don't
Well,
talk about on social media because, I mean, we should.
we should.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my biggest or most watched videos on YouTube was my when I went through my med bags, where I had the IV bags, the
Hmm.
clotting agents, all the stuff that I keep with me in my vehicle at all times. Like that was a big one, and I was like, I don't understand why nobody talks about this.
I know. Do you ever glance at, like, if a situation pops off, do you ever glance at your watch?
Yes.
I
See
do
what
too.
time it happened.
I see.
As
I
soon
do
as
the
it,
same
yep.
subconsciously, dude. I'm
What's the
like, what
time?
time is it? 9:18, and then I lock that number into
Yep.
my head.
Yep.
Just subconsciously lock that number into my head until I make sure that everything is good to go.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then that's when I'll look again. Everything's calm. What time? So it was from this time to this time.
Yep.
That's what happened.
Yeah,
Like
man.
the details I might be off, but I will be 100% on the
Yep.
times
Yep.
in between what had happened. All right.
My,
Um,
yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
No,
you're
no, go
good.
ahead.
We got on a tangent, but I like that.
All
I
right.
like that. Yeah.
Cool. Who inspired you growing up and who inspires you now?
Ooh, inspired me growing up,
Yeah,
man.
who'd you
It
look
dep
up to?
my dad. My dad
And I met
took.
him.
Actually,
I don't blame you.
you you did. I actually need to use. I have to say both parents, both of my parents. I can't just choose one. Because my dad brings something to the table, my mom brings something to the table, and then together as a combination, they kind of complete me, what I bring to the table to you guys. So the respect level, the loyalty, the discipline, the understanding, the communication piece, those are things that my parents, who I look up to, ingrained in me to be the person I am today. So
So
I have
with
been
that,
fortunate. Go ahead.
do you think it was a part of their because they're both one way or another military, right? Like your mom still
Yeah,
works for the
government.
government, right?
Correct. That she
So
works for the government and my dad is retired.
yeah. So just the ability for them to understand how a team works and
Yeah,
how
yeah,
to be beneficial and use that to raise you guys up.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I
that's
mean, you've been in the military, so us having this conversation is really great because you understand the discipline that the military ingrains in you as a person, period. You'll go into the military with no structure, you'll leave the military with structure.
you know, at the very least you'll get humbled and you'll learn that you can't win them all.
Correct.
Like at some times you just gotta let the other person be like, all right, cool, do it. Even
Yeah.
like even if in your mind you're like, I hope you fucking fail. It
Yes.
doesn't matter
Yeah.
because if they don't, then you're like, all right, so I was
Which,
wrong.
which is funny you made that comment or that statement because when we started in the social media, and I'm going to use Instagram because I don't have a YouTube page. I can't stand YouTube banning
I know.
2A content, and I'm not going to waste it, but I just don't have the time to give for another facilitator or modality like YouTube to ban that time that I put in for others.
Yeah.
So I would rather just showcase that or share it in person or whatever the case is. But you making that statement about like, okay, show me. Uh, we when we started in social media, man, I was like you, bro. I wanted to correct everybody. I wasn't the best either, right? But when I saw some stuff that was like, I don't know. But I've learned exactly what you just said. Like, I'm at the point now, man, where maybe it's age, maybe it's just time in the game, maybe it's just getting to the point where I'm like, people are going to be people. I just let people fail now. The only people that I really worry about are the people like you guys that are close to me. If we're running in that circle of, you guys are handling guns around me, I care about the safety of us as a group. Anybody else, you're on social media doing craziness, you're not rocking eye pro or ear pro and you want to damage yourself, so be it, man. I'm not gonna correct anything anymore. So,
Failure is the stepping stone to success.
Yeah.
And there, I remember the time, and we have a lot more questions, but real
Yeah, go
quick,
for it.
I remember the time that that dude came after you,
Yeah.
and then I really can't say, I don't want to, and I was like, oh, I don't care, and
Yep.
went after him.
Yeah.
I just fucking roasted this guy,
I really
and
appreciate that, man, because, that was interesting because he made the comments. He made some pretty severe comments to me on Brownell's page, and Brownell's actually blocked him from their social media, which is pretty amazing for a company to do that. That's supposed to be open to the public, but he was saying some pretty derogatory things, and I saw you jumped in on it. A couple of other friends jumped in on it, and yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys supporting that piece.
yeah, I honestly, and this was before I was part of Brownells, and I was like, I have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
They can't kick me off of something I'm not a part of.
yeah,
So
man,
you went after one of my close friends,
right.
and I have nothing to
That was the
lose.
guy who was claiming military, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was claiming he was, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I
and I
think he
was like,
was actually military, but he was claiming
he,
all this other stuff, and you like
yeah, he,
challenged him. That was, and
yeah,
you're like, dude, there's no way.
yeah, like that math don't math,
Yeah,
homie. Like, well,
yep,
you got a bronze star, but what? Yeah, do you have one?
yeah,
Well, no,
yeah, man.
shut up.
Yeah,
That's what I would do if I didn't have one.
yeah.
I would shut the fuck up. You know, just like if I went up against somebody that had a
And
Medal of Honor, shut up. I
yeah,
don't
man.
have one.
And if we get to the question about like our journey, especially you and myself, you and I have had many conversations and talks as we've been friends in this journey of growth where we've come across people that just didn't agree with whatever. And we've unfortunately lost friends in that space and
Yeah, yeah.
for weird things, one or another, but we're still doing what we started off doing, and they're not doing nothing. So, so whatever it is, man. But yeah, hit me
All
with that
right.
next question. What do you got?
Next question. What are your thoughts on the current environment? I know we're gonna go all over the place, so just
Okay,
bear
I'm
with
okay
me.
with that. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the current environment with dating and or marriage, and what advice would you give your kids?
You said current environment of dating and marriage. Um, are you saying within
And
myself or just the culture
like
out
what,
there?
like you're obviously married, and I would assume, just like me, you have no intention on becoming single and
No,
doing it. But
no.
you've seen a lot of the shit out there.
Yeah, yeah.
What
I know that.
your kids are growing up into this. So what advice would you give them to help guide them? I guess is the best way to put it.
I would say that when it comes to like the dating and marriage scene, I think that technology, and when I say technology, I'm talking about social media platforms. I think it's been really a struggle for people just in general, right? Making those connections with other people out there because I think that the space, the technology space, and this is cool because I work in technology. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think the technology space is generating um, basically like you don't have to be who you really are because you're online. And I think that's
Gotcha.
going to be a challenge for the younger generation because the more engagements of like your Zoom and I'm going to say Instagram, but who knows by the time our kids get older, Instagram could be the
Long
next.
gone.
Yeah, exactly. It could be the
It'd be
next
the
MySpace,
MySpace.
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yep, yep. So I think that it's important to um, teach our young generation, at least my kids, to seek those connections like in person. I was fortunate enough to meet my wife in person at the university that we went to. And again, that went without struggles. Everybody has struggles, but I think that uh, once you get out there in the world of like adulthood and now you're tethering work, life, marriage, dating, balance, it can be a struggle, man. Because once you get to like that, I feel like once people get to a certain age, they're like stuck in their ways. Some
I
people don't want to
yeah.
change. Some people need to change. Some people need to get their ass beat, right? Because they think about a particular person in a particular fashion. Um, and yeah, I'm not gonna be out there handing butt whoopings out to anybody, but for my kids, I would. For for my kids, I would definitely, you know?
Um, that's interesting because a lot of people, especially nowadays, they don't meet their spouse face to face. It's through
Yeah.
a dating app. Like
Yeah. And
me, me and my wife, we met through POF,
okay.
and yeah, oh yeah, and I mean it worked out for us, but we would be an outlier
Yeah, yeah.
in this. It's crazy. It's like don't. I would literally tell them, don't do it through dating apps. Go
It's
somewhere, meet them, like because like you said, you can hide all kinds of shit. You see all these chicks on YouTube or
yeah.
whatever, and they're in
Yep.
a G6 or whatever the hell the fucking plane is,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yep.
like, dude, that
Traveling the
plane
world.
doesn't. Yeah, well, on top of that, that plane doesn't actually fly. They're just in a
Yeah.
one that doesn't fly
Picture.
anymore, and they're making it look like they're traveling the world, and they're not. So
Yeah.
you have
It's
this false hope, and
facade.
it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's what the fuck, dude.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it challenging for folks. Let's take a second, like outside of the actual dating space when it comes to social media in general, right? Because we're doing the live stream now, you and I. And we do the Mac Bros live stream as well with JW. You have experienced firsthand people saying, "Oh, this guy's speeding up his videos and this and that," and like it's so difficult to dis disprove people, even though you are disproving them,
Hmm.
because there's so many people out there that are not being truthful. They are clipping their videos. They are looking faster than they are, or they're fast, and they're not making like, effective hits and this and that, but it looks
Which you
good. It
wouldn't
looks
know because they don't show the target.
right, right. So I can see why, even in the dating space, because we're switching it back over into the 2A space, I can see why it's challenging. You know, you take the same thing where people are editing in the 2A space over into the dating space, and people are only showing you what you want to see. And then by the time you find out there's like some pretty heavy, bad things, it's probably
Yeah,
too late, bro.
yeah.
Especially in that social media space. So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
So I'm
But,
pretty sure I know the answer to this question because I seen the bracelet on your wrist. But are you religious? And if the answer is yes, what religion and why?
so I am religious. My religion's Protestant.
Okay.
It's, Protestants pretty open when it comes to religious foundations and things of that nature. Um, when it comes to religion, it's very touchy subject, especially in today's current, you know, age and time.
Hmm.
Um, I try to practice Christian values for the most part. I am notorious for saying some off the rocker things because that's just who I am in nature. But like out and about trying to do the right thing, um, and just be myself, practice, those Christian values, instill that into my kids. If you guys look closely, my daughter can't wear bracelets because of cheerleading. Um, And this year, my son has been able to wear his bracelet for soccer. So he has a WWJD bracelet, just like I have. And it's like a reminder for him when he's on the field. He can glance at it, he'll see it, he can feel it. If you look closely at the photos, I have one posted on my story today. You actually see the bracelet on his arm. They weren't allowing him to wear that last year because it wasn't part of the kit, but now they're allowing it for like religious purposes.
Which is weird. So it wasn't
Yeah.
allowed for the kit, but in the military, you could have, whatever you wanted. If so, the I know basically, I knew you were religious because you brought bracelets with us to GunCon and
Hmm.
stuff like that. And like I told you, I just started getting back onto
Yeah,
my path of it. So I definitely got to get one of those bracelets for
I
you.
got you. I
Um,
got you. I thought you
I
had
know
one.
you
Do you
don't.
not have? I'll give you a
I
few of
don't.
them.
I don't.
I've been rocking these,
Um,
man, since geez, since middle school, like the first year of middle school. I've been rocking not this one, but these bracelets for that long.
yeah. And that, I mean, it's a good thing to think about. It's literally a question of before you make a decision and do whatever you're going to do, what would Jesus do? And then if you decide to go against it, then I mean, that's kind of your consequence. You're accepting whatever might come from that, regardless if you do what he would do or do what he wouldn't do.
Yeah,
All right, man. This
yeah.
one's going to be a kind of a shitty one.
Okay,
Snitch snitch on your best friend and or sibling,
okay.
okay? Or cheat on your wife. Yeah,
What?
I told you.
Oh man, I'm not gonna cheat on my wife. So
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
wouldn't.
have
You're
to.
like I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I would snitch on your ass. I'd be like, "Nope.
yeah,
No, I ain't doing that." So
yeah.
he's getting ratted out. Sorry.
You're gonna have to rat him out, man. I would hope the other guys would do the same thing. Um, I, you know, the cheating portion doesn't sit well with me. If you're people are gonna struggle, right? Relationships are gonna struggle. They're not
Mhm.
supposed to be perfect. It wouldn't be a relationship if there was no struggle involved. Um,
It
because you
wouldn't be
have two,
worthy of a relationship.
yeah, exactly. You have two minds trying to coexist under one mindset or one umbrella of space. And that's difficult, right? So the cheating portion of it means that you subconsciously, or you, it's not subconsciously, but you've consciously made the decision to break that mindset and go off to another direction. So, yeah, that's where I would fit on that
That's
one.
dude. That's one thing that no. I've been in some horrendous relationships, and I still have never, ever, ever cheated, and I refuse to. Like, I rather suffer
Yeah,
than do that. Like, that is worse to me, like,
yeah.
than suffering.
Because you're
So,
making a conscious effort. That's why.
exactly. So, here's the next question, a flip on that.
Hmm.
And there's a reason why I'm asking you this, but snitch on your child or son or daughter or cheat on your wife. Which one would you do?
But yeah, I'm gonna have to snitch on my son. What in the world? Or daughter? Child. I mean, those are the reasons why we create, that's why we practice, Christian values. I'm not gonna, no, man. If you make the decision, I'm gonna have to eat that as a parent. I was gonna say as an adult, but as a parent, right?
Hmm.
If at some point I didn't do my job or my wife didn't do her job to raise our kids with the right mindset or get assistance to help with the kid with the right mindset, then that's shame on us. But I'm gonna have to snitch though, man, because
Yeah.
at the end of the
Yeah.
day,
Oh,
I'll snitch, but I'm still taking the heat as well because then I didn't do something for them to. But kids are kids, man. You could do all the right things and then the kid can go and do something wrong on accident or whatever the case is with somebody they're hanging out with, and yeah, all that hard work.
It it's it's I'm with you. Like I was it was a this question came from they were trying to Andrew Wilson was doing a debate and they were like, "Oh, snitch on your best friend, your brother." And he was like, "Nope." Or he was like, I will snitch on them before I cheat on my wife." And then they were like, "All right, your son." He's like, "All right, my wife's going to have to take it now."
Oh
And
no, man.
I was like, I can't do
Yeah,
that.
no.
Like on understand that if you're really, and again, I'm only a month in back into this path with the scripture and shit. It literally says, basically God, wife, kids.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
like I can't put them above her. It's not what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, man. It is it's interesting you put them in those categories because that's how I put them in the categories. Because you have to have that partnership. That other person, you couldn't have the kids without that other person. So that other person
Exactly.
still needs to stay in that tier, and then your kids fall underneath it.
And
So,
I think that's the biggest problem is people are like, well, those will be your kids forever, but she might go away or he might go away,
yeah,
and it's
I've
like,
heard
well,
that.
that's because you're putting your kids above them.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
if you put them above the kids and let the kids know, like, hey, sit down, shut the fuck up. You
Listen
haven't
to your,
earned your way
yeah,
into this yet.
right,
You have to, I want to show you how you are supposed to be in a relationship. And
correct.
if I put you above them, then I'm showing you the wrong thing.
Yeah, yep,
That's wrong.
yeah,
And I shouldn't do
absolutely,
that.
absolutely.
All right, next question. Let's be real, man. Honestly, you're the reason that I started into this whole content creation. What it all started with that one day at West Armory where we just kind of connected. But what did you see in me that you were like, hey, you need to go and get on Instagram or push or do something? What was it that you saw?
Um,
Because you're the reason why I'm here. So
you know, um, I'm not going to take any credit, right? I'm looking up just to think. I'm not going to take any credit. I think that everybody has a spark in them, and for some weird reason, I tend to always look at the good in people. So if I do not trust you, and maybe it's the Scorpio in me, then I will never trust you. Like there, you will never not get out of the not trust space. You had a spark, and like I said, everybody has a spark, and sometimes you don't even know it. Like we don't know it as humans to say, hey, you know what? You actually, there's something I like about you, Sarge. Like there's something there. I can't put my finger on it, but you have the personality that people want to engage. It might be a different sector of engagement of folks, but it's there. The opportunity is there, and I think all you needed was somebody to just say, "Hey, bro, you can do this. Just write an email or send this out." I mean, you went to GunCon, now you go to GunCon every year, bro. Like you're with Brownells, you do your Brownells thing, right? Um,
I mean, again, I'm with Brownells mainly because you threw in, hey,
hey, man.
hey.
I
So
there the Brownells thing is interesting. I think the company is awesome. I think the folks, especially the BOP team, shout out to Cody out there, and then
yeah,
the older members as well. Cody and the rest of the gang, the old school BOP OGs. They took a gamble on me, and through the time of the 2A, right? I met you, I met Gamage, I met Dalton, Tricker Dad, Fireman. I already knew JW prior,
Yeah,
and all of you guys were good dudes. So if it took nothing to vouch for all of you guys to be part of the team, then I'll take time out of my time to vouch for people that I truly respect, and I respect you, bro. So everything
I
else you did on
appreciate
your own, man, all I did was just open the door and you walked in and did your thing.
it. I mean, I'm still a little peon, but I
Hey,
used to for like you said before, I used to be all about trying like why can't I grow? Why can't I do this? And then what I did was is I noticed I was getting shadow banned and getting taken down, and I was like, all right, well then I guess I'm gonna run with that. If that's what they're gonna do, then I guess
yeah.
that's who I am, and that's what I'm gonna run with.
What does the military teach us to do?
Adapt and overcome.
Exactly. Exactly. Looking at it today, here, I'll give you a prime example, and this is a great topic. I posted a video today on Instagram. Posted a video yesterday on Instagram. Both of those videos are getting, low likes, low amount of likes, a lot of views though. So for me, I sit back, I'm like, man, that's weird. I'm not getting the likes. But then in the same time, I'm like, eh, remember, Darius, you're only posting this because you're having fun with it. You're showing your growth. If you want to share your growth, the people that care to see your growth, they'll come and they'll like it. The others, maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe it doesn't follow, with what they're looking for out of whatever they're looking for, and that's it. But I think the biggest thing, dude, is just we keep it real. That's why when you see the silliness in videos from me, or the commentary in videos from me, you can firsthand vouch, like, nah, that's who he is.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's
That's
not
that's a
pretending
real
to be any,
rage.
yeah, he's not pretending to be anything different online than he is in person. It is literally, he's the same person across the board. Um,
I mean, like I told Full Metal Sensei when we were at GunCon and we did his podcast. I was like, I'm gonna get us canceled, and he was like, please don't. And
yeah.
then when he jumped on my podcast, it got canceled. I was like, you
Perfect.
can't make this shit up.
No,
Like,
man.
all
No.
right,
Hit me. What you got next?
next one. Do you ever feel or do you ever deal with burnout? And if so, how do you reset?
I like that. So, I work for a hospital. I'm not sure if I want to share what hospital, but I work for a hospital
You
and
don't
then
have to. I know which one it is,
you
and
know
I'm
which
not going
one.
to say it either.
So I work for a hospital and they are huge on making sure that their employees don't get burned out. So literally every week, it seems like it's every 3 days, but I think it's only every week. There's always like a burnout reminder. It's like, please make sure you're taking your vacation. Please take vacation. Here's some cues for burnout. So they are constantly pushing that. So I use that same energy in social media. If I feel like I'm getting burned out, you'll notice like my posts will get a little bit less. A lot of times you'll see like, oh man, this guy's hitting the stories, right? Hitting the stories, hitting the reels, hitting the. That means my uh,
Mojo.
yeah, my mojo, the gears are ticking, right? The ideas are flowing, boom, 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 boom. When the ideas start slowing down, then maybe the posts slow down, but I'll keep posting in the stories, just random stuff like you do. You post, your kids, or you post your wife, like something a little different, just to keep that the juices flowing. And it doesn't have to be 2A. It could be something silly. You saw me post about the sunglasses. I didn't think that was gonna be as big as it was, dude. You know the amount of people that messaged me after I posted that? They're like, "Yo, what are those? Like, what's the link? What did you do to them? How much did it cost? This and that." I just sent the link, man. You buy them, you buy them. Here's $15 off,
I'm sorry, they're not ported.
Right, right, right. So there's
But
some things that we can get when we get to that. If you have a question for that, if you want to get to know me, why I do what I do, I will definitely
oh,
break that down.
dude, there is no way this is going to be a one time show like
Yeah, yeah,
just like Gamage. This is going to have to be a part two because
yeah.
like I have a shit ton of
Go,
questions and
go
we're
for it.
not going to be able to do it.
Yeah,
Um,
hit me, man.
uh,
I'm ready for it.
next one, throwing it a different direction.
Okay.
What's your current ride and what's it say about you?
My current ride is a Toyota Camry, 2021, and that ride says,
It's red.
yeah, it is red. It is red D to go, right? There we go.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
current ride says, this guy is a dad. He only cares about getting good gas mileage. But because the car is lowered and I have wheels on it, performance
Exhaust.
wheels, exhaust, it says he's a dad, but uh he likes like to have like a nice, ride. He doesn't like stock anything.
Yeah. Well,
So that
that's obvious.
that's what
I
it
wouldn't be if you drove a stock car, I'd be like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, man. So
Yeah,
every car I've owned, I've modified. That's just my jam. I was actually into cars before I got into guns.
I used to when I was younger, I would modify all my vehicles,
Hmm.
and then my last couple I haven't. Now you seen my truck. Now I bought it already lifted with rims. That's the first time I've ever had rims. I'm
Yeah,
37, never had rims.
your
That
car's
was the
set,
first
dude.
time.
That
It
that
it
truck is set, man.
it looks good. So if I
Hmm.
was to say, I drive a Toyota Tacoma, um, what would it say about me is exactly what everyone should know, which is I have a small pecker. But if you're,
Yeah,
that's why you lift them.
yeah, yep.
um,
I
if
think it also shows too, like, oh man, this guy, he likes nice things. I can tell because, especially the wheel selection, right? They're RPF ones, so they're performance wheels. They weigh about, I think they're 17.8 pounds a wheel.
yeah,
18 pounds or like, yeah, like 18 pounds with a tire on it, so they're super light. So think about that. Like, dang, he's driving a Toyota with some lightweight racing wheels. Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of like indications there's certain things that people are going to pick up on and be like, this is a car person.
Yes.
Somebody would have just
Yeah,
bought
exactly.
some random weird shit because it looked cool and
Right.
didn't think about the weight ratio or anything like that.
Yep.
They weren't thinking about that. So,
Yeah.
if someone hands you keys to any car for a year, no questions asked, what are you picking and why? So if
Hand
you
me
could
any
have
car.
any car for a year, you get to drive any car that you've ever dreamed of or wanted or whatever.
Hmm.
And what car would it be? Or
So
truck or
my,
whatever.
it's funny, my dream car is a Honda S2000.
Oh, one of my buddies in the military had one of those.
Yeah, I am in love with that car. I would get an AP2. That's how you know I'm into it because I got the AP1 and the AP2. And yeah, I it has the high rev 9,000 RPMs.
Oh yeah. Homie was in second gear going like 65.
Yeah, yeah, the stock
And there
engine.
was four more gears to go. And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, man, that engine can take a beating. I just like the looks of that ride. So for a year, I would have to drive that around, beat on it a little bit, and then I would be like, I need to buy this. How much?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's funny
The
is I
only
actually
thing
owned one.
did you?
Hmm. Yeah, I owned one
The
for 2 years. I had it for 2 years.
The only thing I didn't like about him was the convertible, but my buddy got the hard shell on it, and I was like, all right, I can fuck with this.
I would hard top it too. I would hard top it too. I would hard top, put a roll cage on in the back just for a
Yeah,
little more
that's what
rigidity.
he had.
Yep, yep.
That's what he had.
I
All right.
like that.
What would you say to young black men watching you who maybe feel like this space isn't for them?
Okay. That's a great question. What I would say, you know, this is a tough one for me because I generally don't play in that diversity space. I mean, you've met me, you known me long enough to be like, yeah, he doesn't really play the diversity card. If you're a moron,
Which
you're a
I
moron. I
why I
don't.
had to ask.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I generally don't play in the diversity space. But culturally, I do have a good understanding of the dynamic of people, the world, how people think, how it's perceived, the government, politics, all those things that kind of wrap around this. So I wanted to preference that before I start talking about it. But I would say today that um, it's okay to think that you are the minority in the space. But in actuality, I really think that in the 2A space, there has been so much diverse, you know, mixing
Hmm.
that it's hard to even play that or make that statement. In my opinion,
Okay.
I think that regions in the 2A space, like pockets of regions where groups of people are bonding or performing or shooting, um, tend to engage in other activities because that is what they're used to. That is what they're accustomed to. So I think that it really comes down to hopefully looking around and saying, you know what? I maybe I don't want to play with that switch, right? Maybe I'm not going to hang out with the group that's running the switches. Maybe I'm going to hang out with the group that's, running build drills or I think that's what I would tell somebody in the cultural space is if you just got to open your eyes to say, all right, I need to look at it as this group of people is this is where I'm trying to get. These are the group of people I want to hang out.
And like you said, there's pockets of people of all races and demographics and all that in the 2A community. And um, the majority, I would say the vast majority of them do not like for you, we weren't like, oh, well, do you have a switch on your gun or something?
Right. Right.
Like, we weren't like that. We would just sit back and watch you shoot and be like, all right, I can fuck with this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, this guy's doing the right things and he's safe and, he's actually working the fundamentals. Cool. I don't give a fuck what you look like. Just like in the military, I don't care what you look like, what your sexual preference is, what God you believe in. I don't care. My my whole thing is, are you going to do your job?
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
all I care about.
I'm the same. I'm just like that, man. As long as you're safe, you know what I mean? You're doing your thing. But when we're talking about like to the younger, we'll say black culture, um, it's just making sure that you don't get sucked into something that you didn't, you're not looking for, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like you can get sucked into a group and then that is what that is what you're ingraining or, you're putting into your mind. So it's just, yeah, I don't know, dude. I did a ton of YouTube University when I first started doing 2A stuff,
Hmm.
and I saw so much diversity shooters that it just, for me, there wasn't color I was looking at, it was performance.
Yeah, I mean, like so far on the podcast, I've had this would be episode 6, and I've
Hmm.
had 4 people that don't look like me if you're gonna go that route
Yeah,
on here. And they're all good shooters. They're like, it's like, dude, it has nothing. I don't give a fuck about what we look like. I
yeah,
give a shit about you as a person. That's
yeah,
it. Like
yep.
if you're a shitty person, then I'm not gonna be around you. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. And I think that also goes into the same thing, when we're talking about articulating verbiage and vocabulary and communication um, styles, that also comes with its cultural understanding as well. We call it what do people call it? Code switching. There you go. Code switching.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
speak with this
You
group,
talk to
a
people, yeah,
demographic one way,
differently.
you speak with yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I generally I don't code switch. Like this is who
No,
I
I don't
am
either.
across the board. That's why it's so easy for me to just be me and say what I say and stand on the statements that I stand on because again, if I don't like you, it'll get to the point where I'll let you know or I'll tell you or you'll figure it out very quickly. But
Oh, I
otherwise,
will tell you. I will
yeah, yeah,
tell
yeah,
you.
I'll
Like
tell you.
you won't like it,
Yeah.
but you'll be all butthurt. I really don't care because the people that I actually care about will
I
understand me.
yeah. I don't I know we're kind of going off a tangent here. I don't believe in lying. I think that there's some things that people will do that kind of get under your skin and you're just like, ah, damn, you know. But then I think there's some things that people do continuously where you're like, you know what? I'm not even going to be mad. I don't like you. That's
Mm,
it. And that's it.
mm.
And
Well,
yeah.
like what the scripture says is there's a difference between unintentional sin, which
Yeah.
like you were saying, they didn't mean to do it. You're just like,
Yeah.
and then something that was intentional, and you're like, yeah, I don't like you. Like
Yeah,
it,
man.
I could tell that this is just who you are,
Yeah.
and I don't like it.
You're just that type
So
of person.
yeah,
Yep.
I mean,
Hey,
I, I th-
that's why you see with me,
go ahead.
man, I don't rock with certain people. I just don't.
Yeah, but I also think that people a big issue that people have now. You're older than I am. You don't look like it, but you are. Um,
Thank you.
so um, I think a lot of people need to also understand that and I think it happens a lot, but people
Hmm.
also need to be more welcome to it. Is as bad as this sounds, just hear me out.
I'm
When
listening.
you know the people like talking to you or Gamage or whatever, like when we're in the chat,
Yeah.
there is some racial shit that gets thrown out there, and you're like, "Oh, dude, if somebody really heard this, they'd be like, that's fucked up." And it's like,
Yeah.
"No, we're just kidding.
Yeah.
Like, we're just joking. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's we're not trying to be mean or anything. We're not trying to present this racial divide. It's just, there's a stereotype. Just like if,
Yeah.
for instance, if I hear that one time I was talking to you and I heard your fire alarm beep, and I was
Yeah.
like, no, no, no,
Yeah.
no, dude,
It's
no.
just pure
It's
lazy,
like,
man. I don't clean my gear either, man. So
yeah. I mean, see, I'm
yeah.
smart. I just don't have fire alarms.
There you go.
So,
There you go, man.
and you were like, what the fuck? You
Yep.
don't have one?
Yep.
The prepared guy, doesn't have one. No, no,
You
no.
don't
I'll
need
smell
one.
it.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. The dogs will start barking. The dogs will
Yeah.
start barking. But yeah, man. You got another question for me? I got a
I
few
do.
minutes if you want to keep going.
Yeah, so what's one message you would leave or you would want to leave with someone who's struggling right now, and it could be content creation, life, whatever.
Who's struggling? So we'll break this into sections. I guess the one message I would tell somebody who's struggling at life, it's hard because it's hard to help somebody with that specific topic because I have to understand what it is specifically about life that is struggling, because
Mm-hmm.
it could be anything. And I want to talk about that subject. I just don't want to give a generic statement. So I'll hold off on that one, because I need to know the exact specifics of what the struggle is, and then I could cater my statement to that kind of support. Like, oh, hey, you're struggling with, I don't know, man, like boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever the case is. I can help with that by just sharing my knowledge. But if you're struggling with like suicide, I can't help you with that, man. I gotta help. I gotta get you to the doctor. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
help
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
find some. You know what I'm
We need
saying?
to do
So
something.
that's why it's making that statement. I would have
No,
to
I got you.
understand the back end. Now, when it comes to social media, that's a little bit different because everybody is in that social media space. And if you're struggling, I would say if you're struggling to like make content, I would start off with like posting things you like to do. If you feel like it's not engaging, then start to kind of tweak it to say, all right, you got to do some research. You're going to have to do your homework too in social media. Um, Unless you happen to luck upon a new trend,
Mm-hmm.
then you might strike it gold with the trend, right? Um, but then the next time around, you might not be a trend. It might just be going back to normal. So I would say just kind of post if you're struggling as social media, post what you like to post. And if you feel like you're chasing likes, you really got to take a step back and be like, what am I doing social media for? Am I trying to make money or am I just trying to post for documentary purposes? That's what I'm posting for myself for documentary purposes. That's
So
where I am in this space.
I agree with you because I was the one that was chasing the likes and stuff like that, and and you guys kept coming at me and was like, "Yo, why are
Yeah.
you doing that? That's
Yep.
You shouldn't be doing that." So I stopped doing it. Now, because of that, I've not posted as much because
Yeah.
I'm also focusing more on like my daughter and that kind of stuff. So I don't post as much, even though I'm trying to get back into it. But it's chasing it like that's this is just supposed to be to me. It's my release. It's my therapy,
Yes.
you know, throwing it out there. If people watch it or whatever, don't care. I mean, for the last year, I've been trying to get 40 more people so that I can get to 1,000
I like
followers on
that.
Instagram for a year, and
Yeah.
I haven't made it.
Yeah.
And I'm still at the same spot. It goes up, then it goes down, then it goes up, then it goes down, but I still have not hit it. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. But
Yeah.
on the other end, what I will say, because I've dealt with a lot of shit, depression, anxiety, mental health issues, and shit like that. As bad as everything has gotten with me and the way that the world works, what I've always, the thing that's kept me alive and was like, I'm not going to go unalive myself or something like that, is I realized that somebody else has it worse. So as bad as you think you have it, and it could be terrible, somebody else has it worse. So that's the message is like, look, I understand it's hard.
That's
Go
hard to
ahead.
tell somebody though that is, threading that needle
It
and
is.
that spectrum to say, hey, somebody has it worse than what you. It's really hard. That's why I stated in my first statement, I was like, I'm not a professional to offer that advice. I'm glad that you have been able to say in your mind, this is what I am thinking. Because I also live that same statement as well. Um, I don't get depressed very often, if at all, because I think just like that, man. I haven't been to war, so I don't carry on those characteristics of like PTSD and those things. Um, but like you said, I understand that other people have it worse. So I can complain. We all can complain because we have the freedom of speech to complain. But as long as
Hmm.
in your mind you're like, damn, somebody else got it worse. well, let me complain to get it off my chest, and then I'm gonna still go do what I gotta do.
E- Exactly. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
if they have it worse and they're still alive and they can still push through, then so can I.
yeah. But
So
you know what I
that's
will say though?
good.
I don't like people who complain and don't make changes.
Exactly.
I can't stand
You
that,
know,
dude.
I don't I'm not a big fan of that either. All right. So next question before we get into the fun questions so that we can uh not hold you up too long. What made you and or him, because his name's going to come up. What made you start Mac Bros with Jay West? What was the thing that, if you guys don't know, like he said, Mac Bros every Sunday they have their show. I've been on it twice as a co-host,
Yep, co-host
twice.
twice. Yep, and you've been on
So,
there as a guest in the chat and on the call a few times.
hmm so
Yeah.
what made you guys start that?
So the Mac Bros, what's interesting is that actually that conversation, that idea came from the first gun con. Um,
Okay.
we swung that idea, and that was because I had brought my dad, flew my dad out for Father's Day to the gun con in 2024. And it
hmm
was myself and JW and my dad. We were sitting in the hotel, and we kind of brought that idea and kind of ran it by him. When it comes to your parents, they hold a lot of knowledge and information through their times and their
Called
years.
Wisdom.
It's wisdom, that's right. So we ran that idea, and we kind of sidelined it. You know, brought up the idea, we sidelined it, we kicked the idea around. Did we want to make it a group? Did we want to make it two people? And yeah, we spoke with John Patton,
hmm
um, and
The Gun Collective for the rest of you
yes,
guys that
sorry,
don't know who we're talking about.
John Patton, the owner of the Gun Collective. And we kicked the idea out to him, and we asked him, well, "What's your thoughts on this?" And he's like, "Run it." And so we came back, and we kind of put a little rough draft together, say, "Hey, this is what we want to do," and then we just kind of we started it. Um, and that's how it came to be, man. 2024, we kicked the idea around it, and then what is it, 2025, we actually started.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was this year, but what
Yeah, yeah.
episode are you guys on? You guys are like 60 something deep.
Yeah, we're deep 60. Dang, you would ask me right off the top of my head. Hold
Of
on.
course.
60.
It's like asking how long you've been married.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh shit.
62. Should be 62 episodes.
That's
Tomorrow will
awesome.
be 62. Yeah, it's been holding pretty strong. So far on the stream, we stream 200,000 streams of people. I think it's a month. I could be wrong. I know it's 200,000. I don't know if it's a month, a week, a
That's
day. Probably
that's
not a day, but I think it's a month, if not less.
way more than what I get.
Yes.
So
He runs the numbers, man. I'm just the cat
yeah,
that brings the jokes.
yeah.
He's the
I
numbers
just show
guy.
up.
Yeah, he's the
All right.
numbers guy.
So before we get into
Go
the
for it.
front questions, which will be like more of a rapid fire thing, the last thing for this, because I try and do the fun questions as a secondary video, but what's next for you? Any plans to, like, whatever plans you have to level up, collab, start new projects? Obviously, I got you on here, so there's a collab.
Yeah, I know. I
Yes.
like it. I know, man. I appreciate you staying very adamant about getting me on the show, and I'm so happy I actually had some time to carve out here to be on this show. Um, I think project wise, I got the new Staccato C. It's actually sitting next to me in a little platform here, in a 6-hour platform, little holder.
There we go. There we
Um,
go.
so that's my project, is getting used to the 2011 safeties. I don't know if it's going to help my performance at all, but I will tell you, I ran uh, the piss out of that gun today. We had a little bit of rain, so it got wet, and I was out there solo, and that thing performs so well, like so much better than I can perform. So that's the project. I actually told JW this. I actually told the team, some of the squadros guys this. I think I'm done buying pistols. I'm focused. My new project now is focused
Praise the
on skill
Lord.
set. Yeah, I'm really done buying pistols. I got the 2011. I can't really go up from there. I liquidated a lot of my pistols, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. I have a couple of Glocks. I have a couple of M&Ps, and I have the Staccato. And then I have a
Yeah,
365, two 365s.
yeah, you still have more pistols than I do guns. So,
Yeah,
like,
I
and
like
that's
my pistols in
rifles and
pairs, bro.
everything.
I like my
All
pistols in
right,
pairs, man. Two
all
Glock
right, man.
19s, two
Yeah,
365s, two
yeah,
Staccatos.
dude. The Staccato is the only gun that you have that I haven't shot that you have.
You're
So
gonna love it. You're
I
gonna
know.
absolutely be like this,
Dude, I've been watching the videos. I'm like, oh my god, like
dude.
that's why I've been trying to get been trying to reach out to the Fusion because the Gun Con they were like, hey, we're gonna work with you, and like I've been trying to. I was like, I just want to try a 2011 and actually
Yeah,
mess with this thing, and
yeah.
it is what it is. No big deal. All right, man. So we go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say if I once I get over the safety pieces, like the grip safety and the thumb safety,
Mm-hmm.
that thing is mad.
That's why I wanted to play with one of those fusions. Just come on, let me learn. Let me
Bro, that
learn.
thing is mad. And it's the size of a Glock 19.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fucking
come on
ridiculous.
now. It's basically this Staccato C is basically a Glock 45, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 45, the 17 round with the
Yeah,
19 top.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
a 45.
this is
Yeah.
a 17 round and it's the same size as a 19 top.
So
It's a
it's
Glock
a staccato
45.
Glock 45.
It's a Staccato Glock 45. Yep. All right. I'm sorry. We
Oh,
went on
all
a
right.
tangent. Hit me.
No problem. Front fun questions. These are the off the wall shits, and we're gonna go through this pretty quickly.
Okay.
All right. If you could drive one car for the rest of your life, but it had to play one song on a loop, what car, what song? So obviously the Honda S2000 is
Yeah,
going to be the car.
Honda S2000, and it'll have to be It's Getting Hot in Here by Nelly.
Oh my
It's
God.
getting hot in here, so take
Yeah.
off all your clothes. Yeah, that one. That would be the
Dude,
jam.
I don't even I used to think the car that I wanted was a WRX STI.
Oh.
However, working on cars myself in a mechanic shop and talking to other mechanics, they're like, dude, those things blow heads like left and
Hmm.
right. And I was
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna have problems with that car.
I'd be
It's not
like,
a
dude,
longevity vehicle.
if it's, I don't want to, I don't want to be replacing heads. I want to get heads. So you like, this is the wrong
That's right.
idea. So honestly, I think now the truck I have would be the one I would go with. Probably soldiers from otherwise the song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's the beat?
I'll have to send it. I'll have to send it to you. It's a really good song. All right, next one. What car would Jesus drift in, and why is it a Hellcat?
What?
I didn't come up with this.
Why
This
is
is
it a Hellcat?
this is Jarvis. What I call Jarvis, the rest of you guys call Chat GPT.
Okay.
But I, it spit out this question. I was like, yeah, this is going to get me hit for
Yeah.
racial shit.
What would
Like,
Jesus drift in?
yeah,
Probably a dang. Dang, I see Jesus drifting in something super humble like a Miata.
dude, I kind of feel like it would be like a GTR. Like,
Yeah, you could drift a GTR, but you know the GTRs are naturally all-wheel drive. I think you can switch it to rear-wheel drive though. It has that mode.
or if not that, like the old 300ZX.
Yeah, that would be dope too.
Like
240
I
SX
think it, yeah, yeah,
or 240s,
240,
yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If your For You page ever got leaked, what's one thing on there that would make you log off forever?
What's a For You page? I don't even know what that is.
The the For You is like when you open up your shit, the reels that you see or whatever. I'm guessing. I'm sure somebody's gonna
Is it
comment
your
and be like, "You're
feed?
retarded." Yeah, I guess. What the shit that you see when you first before you
Oh, your
start clicking
feed.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
your social media
yeah,
feed.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
what's the question? Say the question then again, now that we know what
So
it is.
if it
If it
if
was leaked.
the if the algorithm that's puts
Oh,
your the shit that you see every day as soon as you log in, what's one thing on there that would make you just be like, yeah, I'm out and never go back on?
I don't know. I think maybe like this guy has a weird obsession for feet pictures. I don't know.
Okay.
I
For
have no clue.
for me, it was almost literally almost when that whole trend where a bunch of chicks were breastfeeding fake
Oh
babies
man. I
just so
don't
they could
that
show
never
their
hit my feed.
knockers.
I heard that was going on. That's
Dude, I don't
funny.
know how the fuck it hit mine
Hey, they try to
because
just push to
that
whatever. I don't know why I don't get 2A feed stuff. Thanks, Instagram. We see you over there.
well, you just ratted me out. Now Miss Mayhem's going to be like, dude, what are you watching where they spit this shit? But yeah,
Oh,
all
that's
right,
funny.
cool. That's enough of that. I need to shut up.
Yeah.
Um, have you ever posted something just to start a comment war? Or do you just let the clowns fight amongst themselves? So, have you ever posted something just to start people
Uh,
going at each other?
I don't generally start those things. I might open my mouth to some nonsense.
Hmm.
Uh, I know there was a situation where I had opened my mouth where somebody made a claim like, "Oh, flattest ports in the world," and I made a claim. Are you sure about that?
Oh,
Yeah. So I wouldn't
so
say that I
so
posted.
yes, you have.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I posted it to start a fight, but I definitely posted it to be like, "Are you sure about that?" Again, are you sure about making that claim? I don't know why people want to fight me of me saying that.
Dude, I feel like you should have thrown out the GIF or GIF or whatever the hell it's called of
Are you
the guy.
that
Are you
guy? Are you
sure
sure
about
about
that?
that?
Are you
Yeah,
sure
man.
about that?
You can't be making claims out there. If this gets, obviously this video is going to get posted, but you make claims out there about things, you better be standing on business.
Right.
Everybody's out here making
Better have
claims
those
about stuff
receipts.
and no receipts, right? So if you make that claim and somebody says, "Are you sure about that?" Don't jump on my case because I'm asking you genuinely, are you sure about that? I have receipts. Do you have receipts?
All right, here we
Yeah.
go, man. This is going to be an interesting one. Would you rather fight a kangaroo at 6 a.m. or debate a CrossFitter at Thanksgiving?
I'll debate a CrossFitter.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah,
wants to fight a fucking kangaroo, dude.
right,
Those
right.
things throw
Are
hands.
you kidding me? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, oh,
Get stomped to
there was
death.
that
I'd hate to get
there
stomped
was
to death by a
there
kangaroo.
was that one guy that fought the kangaroo that grabbed his dog up
Yeah,
and
yeah,
punched
yeah.
it right in the face.
Yeah.
That was about the only success story
That would not be
you're
me
going to see.
getting a
No,
mag dump action.
yeah, I would. Yeah, right in your face.
That's right.
All right, you're in a rap battle against your younger self. What bar does teenage you drop that will actually cook you?
A rap battle on my younger self.
Yeah, so it's you and your younger self doing a rap battle. What would your younger self? What bar would be like?
I don't even know, man. I'm not good with I say I'm not good with words, but I'm pretty good with
Yeah, I was like, come on now, don't.
wordplay. I don't I don't know what to say. I cook myself in my current state. Like I'll call out myself before I let somebody call me out because I already know what it is I'm doing wrong or not wrong in most instances. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know what bar I would say.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing is you guys get on me all the time because I roast myself, and you're like, yo, you shouldn't be so negative. And I'm like, well, if I do it, you can't. So,
Yeah.
you know
I mean,
that.
it's roasting yourself, but knowing what you need to change. Like what you need to do. And I think that's the difference in progressing. It's one thing to roast yourself and not know what it is you did wrong, but it's another thing to be like, dang it. And then you know what you did. Like, I pulled the
Yeah,
trigger, I jerked it, the
yeah,
dot was moving when press the trigger, those things. So,
yeah.
yeah,
You know, like where I'm like, I don't, when I fuck up and I'm like, I don't know why anybody watches me.
yeah.
That was terrible. You know, it's,
Dude, that's just like the staccato C, man. This thing got me killed in the streets today. I did a
the
rep.
fuck.
I did a rep, and I'm like, man, if I was in the streets and I needed to defend myself, I'm dead. I'm dead. And I said to myself, that's why you saw I wrote a list on there. I was like, yep, these are the things I don't like. I don't like grip safeties because the grip safety wasn't fully depressed. I had hit
Oh,
I hit the thumb safety. The grip safety wasn't fully depressed. I pull the trigger and the trigger's not moving because the grip safety is not fully depressed.
oh, yeah.
Because when I went to do my engagement, I didn't get 100% grip. Sometimes, you don't get the perfect grip sometimes. But when you're fight or flight, you're going to run the gun and then during recoil, you'll get it where it needs to be. Well, it was fight or flight. I didn't have the proper grip and it wasn't engaging the grip safety enough. Dude, when I pulled that trigger and it didn't work, I was like, man, I'm dead. Yeah. So, sorry.
All right. Uh, Pick one for the rest of your life. Leg day with no music, or cardio with your ex coaching you.
Ooh. I could do leg day with no music. When you see somebody working out, like I've worked out with no music, those are different. That's a different breed of person. When you take anger, upset, fear, all of those things, and you use that to fill your workout with no music, I've done it before. That is a different kind of animal in my
My
personal being.
my thing with that was, okay, it said no music, so we're gonna go off of semantics. It didn't say anything about no podcast. So, you know,
That's right.
yeah, I'm not gonna have my ex coach me in a
That's
fucking
true.
thing because that's why it's an ex.
Right,
I
right.
I still will listen to crickets before I
Yeah.
let them come around. No fucking way. All right, almost done. Don't have a whole lot more. What's a
Are you good?
compliment that you once got that still sticks with you, even if it was weird?
Oh man. Compliment that I once got that still sticks.
Like think about the a compliment other than your wife or whatever, but a compliment that you got that you're still like,
Man, I'm not gonna say it on this channel. I've heard some things, some statements
oh
that were
shit.
said, not in the group, not in this group, not in the 2A space. This is like with friends of friends long ago. Some statements were made, and I was like, I don't know how we got here, but no, 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 no. But oh man, I don't know.
Give us a second one that you can say or something.
I have, I haven't had a weird compliment said to me before.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't had
So,
anything weird like, oh, that's a weird thing to say.
well, it doesn't have to be so weird. So, like for example, for me, I've only been hit on, like actually hit on 3 times in my entire life.
Yeah,
Two of them were from gay dudes.
that's funny.
So, and like that thing now, it's as bad as it sounds. Like that gay dude, like made me feel good about myself. I was like, damn, all right. Like we're not doing anything, but thanks.
Yeah, shout out to the gay community, man. They'll hype you up in a heartbeat, bro.
Oh yeah, I was like, dude, you
You'll get
just made
hyped
me
up.
feel better about myself. Awesome.
Yeah, they'll hype you up, man. I don't, compliments. I don't know. You receive compliments, you say thank you, and you move on. You joke about it or whatever the case is, and then I don't know, man. I can't think of any off the top of my head that just like, oh, that was interesting statement. So
Well,
yeah,
like I said, it could be just a compliment that you got that made you that you
feel good. Yeah,
remember this compliment.
yeah.
You know, it made you feel good, so you remember it. You're
I got.
just like me. Like I'm like this gay dude said that I looked hot, and I was like, oh shit.
We've gotten one today. I actually got one today. I met a guy at the range, um, and he asked me if I had social media, and then the conversation ended before we actually like swapped any information. He didn't know my name. I never exchanged my first name or last name. He saw my shirt. He found me with the Macros logo.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, on social media, on Instagram, sends a friend request. His name is Xavier. And he just friended and he said, thank you for letting me shoot that staccato, man. Now I need to get one. So that was really cool to say, somebody you meet for the first time ever and you make a joke, you're like, hey, you want to shoot a $3,000 pistol?
Yeah,
And they're like,
yeah, no shit, right?
at first they're hesitant. No, no, I'm like, no, I'm serious. Here's the mag for you. Here's the mag for you. Let's go down and shoot it. Really? Yeah. And we go down there, it's already gotten beat. It's already beat on. So,
Yeah, right.
but you know what I mean? I treat my stuff like tools. These guns are all tools. I don't care. Um, yeah. And then from then, sent a message, found me, and he made that comment. He's like, "You guys are, I love what you guys are doing. You and your friend J Web."
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that happened
Oh,
today, man. So that was a
it's
cool compliment.
um. Ever had a shower thought that still messes with your head?
Oh my goodness, I have had many shower thoughts. Um, Not like thoughts, as in minds, not thoughts, like
Yeah,
THOTS.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. All right.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Like when you're thinking about it like this guy.
Like, whoa.
Whoa, Diddy is going on.
Is his is his wife gonna watch this?
Yeah, man. What did I think about in the shower one time? It had to do with something, I don't know, a post or a funny that I had. I don't know what it was, dude. It was something I either said or remembered on a video that I had seen on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and it made me laugh so hard in the shower, and I was by myself. I didn't even watch the video at that time. I just remembered it and the audio that went with it that had me just busting out laughing in the shower, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Just, yeah,
mine is
so that's it.
basically it happens pretty much every day, and it's you should be better. that's
You
that's
should
my
be
thought every
better.
time I get in the shower. You should be better.
Every time you get in the
All right.
shower, you're like, I have no gun on me. I'm cooked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't go out like
That that
this. Let me finish the shower
that's
completely.
That's
Yeah.
actually a good point. I take showers
Yeah.
very quickly because I
hmm
don't like being in the shower because I don't have my gun. It's
I
there. It's
actually,
right next to me, but it's not on me, and I don't like
yeah,
it.
you got a shower gun too, huh? I do too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep a
Yeah.
shower gun in the shower. You gotta
All
have a
right. So
shower gun.
you got to. There was that guy that blasted the dude that was in the shower. He had that revolver and like capped him. I mean, point proven. All right, you get 60 seconds to go through somebody's phone. The folder that you're opening first. You're
I
a
don't even
IT
know.
guy, man.
I am an
Like,
IT guy, but it depends on what I'm looking for. Like
well,
I have,
if
what I mean?
if you let's say that
If
it's
I'm doing IT work, cybersecurity work, then
hmm
I'm going into every folder in how much time did I have? 60
you have
seconds?
60 seconds. What's the folder that you go into first?
I'm looking for images, whatever that is. That's the folder I'm going to.
Yeah, I was
Because if
gonna
I'm
say at the
doing
very
cyber
least
work, that's what I'm
downloads.
finding. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah,
hunting down.
downloads. I want to know that. Okay, if someone had to roast you to save your life, so they have to roast you for
Save my
you to
life.
stay alive. Yeah, who would you pick to do it?
Josh Wethington.
I was like,
Jay
I
Weth.
kind of know the answer to
Yep.
this.
It would be Jay
All
Weth.
right. There's only two questions left. Um, you got invited to a cookout, but you're not allowed to talk about guns, gains, or content. What's your backup?
Guns, gains, or content? It would be cars.
Yeah. I was going to say probably
Yeah,
cars. That
cars. That's an easy one.
car, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm like you, man, when it comes to like life things in general. I kind of float. I know this is supposed to be a fun question. I would definitely do cars, but I'm also like I try to familiarize myself with just like economy things, whether it's sports, whether it's like we talked about stocks and investments, or I don't know, technology changes, advancements,
Read the
air.
room kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like I try to engage people across different spectrums, and I think maybe that's a military gift of ours, to kind of bring in a group of people. If you know this and you understand this, but there's nothing connecting us, and we're all sitting at a table, then I try to identify what each person brings and try to start cr- create a conversation around that. So
Yeah.
that's how I am.
All right. Last question before we end this one.
Yeah.
What's the last thing that you Googled that you hope never gets leaked? Yeah. Yeah, there you go. He's like, oh,
What did I
fuck.
Google?
But it's got to be something that you're like, I hope it doesn't get leaked.
It will probably. I said, is my staccato. The last thing I Google is my staccato trigger too heavy? Why would somebody be Googling that? Does that mean you can't hit your target? You got a $3,000 pistol, you can't hit your target? Yeah, I don't want that getting leaked. The
Dude,
group's
I
gonna
don't
be like,
even
he's got
know.
that expensive pistol and he's complaining that the trigger is too heavy.
I don't even.
Meanwhile, I
I don't
got
even
this
know what I Googled last. It.
7 pound.
It was. I think the last thing I actually Googled, which I wouldn't care if it got leaked, is how do I get my truck cigarette lighter to work when the key's off? I think that was the last.
I like that. I like that.
But
Yeah.
because like when I was doing the security work, I had my lights for security, and as soon as I turned the truck off, the lights would turn off. Well, in the Corolla, they wouldn't. So I'm like, the fuck, dude. So I'm trying to like, how do I do this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can't. There's a whole bunch of shit you got to do. All right, so that's a wrap for an absolute banger of an episode with
Thank you,
my
man.
man DeeezGains. We're glad that you were here. We talked about the military background, making content, cars. Really, we went all over. And like I said, I actually cut out a lot of questions. So we could definitely got to do another episode. If you're not following him yet, he's on IG. He doesn't have YouTube because YouTube is the devil,
Yeah.
and they're gonna shut this one down because of that.
Yeah.
So, but go follow him, follow Jay Weth, follow their podcast, the Mac Bros.
Thank you.
It's live on Instagram every Sunday, pretty much every Sunday, unless there's some kind of crazy stuff happening. But also on Jay West's YouTube channel, that's where it is. But he's been getting hit a lot too. Thank you, YouTube, for that. So go hit them up. He has all of his links and everything in his bio of Instagram, so you can follow him. The link tree and everything is there.
Thank you.
Really, really, really good shooter. He's the one that got me to actually want to do the stuff that I do. So I really appreciate you and
Thank you.
everything in the friendship that we've had. It's been 3 years, almost four, and
Yeah.
it's like it's crazy. It's honestly
Crazy.
crazy.
I think we're
But
growing, man. We're growing together.
I'm trying. I mean, but like I said, at the beginning, it was me trying to catch up to you guys. But at this point, I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. You know,
Exactly.
if it
Right.
happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't really care. Like I'm just doing this for the fun of it. Um, it's a job in itself to keep up with everything, but it's my therapy. So I appreciate you guys coming on. I like learning. Like I learned more about you today than I did in the last almost 4 years. Same with Gamage. So definitely got to get you back on next time that you get a slot like you did this time, where you're like, hey,
Yeah.
Saturday I'm free. I was like,
Yep.
yo, I'm in.
Let's
So
do
I
it.
don't care. Everyone's getting fucked because
That's
I'm
right.
doing this.
That's right.
So that's
Yes,
just the
thank you.
way that we do stuff. And great human being. If you guys, like I said, if you're not following them, you're wrong, and you need to go do that. And you also need to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can follow us here, Bunker Down, as we do the podcast and we get the behind the scenes and into the actual person. You guys see them shoot guns and stuff like that. We're trying to expose who they really are, not expose, but kind of. We want them to learn about you behind the guns. So I appreciate you being on here, man. Like, seriously, it went way longer than we thought. An
Yes.
hour and 43 minutes,
It's
and
okay. I have the
the
time,
next
man.
one.
Otherwise, I'd be out in the
Yeah.
soccer field or,
Well,
you know,
like I
at
said,
field.
man, when you get the fucking chance, you take it. Like,
Yeah,
and you'll milk everything
that's
out of
right.
it. So
That's right.
that's just the way it is. So anything that you want to say, last statement or
Last.
whatever, to for everyone else.
Hey, man. Like you said again, I appreciate the time. Thank you for having me on your channel, the Bunkered Down. I love it. Thank you again, Sarge, for taking time out of your time to interview me and giving me, you supported me too on my journey, back when we were doing the West Armory ride or die action. So I appreciate everything you've done for me thus far, and I had a blast. Guys, stay locked in. If you're on social media, you're trying to grind, you're trying to get those likes. Don't look for the likes. Just post what you want to post that makes you happy, and the likes will come when they come. That's it.
And that's like I said, that's true story. Everybody wants to try and get the million or thousands or tens of thousands. It's not really about that. I mean, obviously you can try and go for that, but to me that put me more into depression than
Yeah.
just doing it for what it was supposed to be, which was therapy. So
Yep. I like this.
so yeah, it you can meet a lot of good people, obviously, and go far. Just don't make it your entire life, because in the end, all it takes is something, and the internet's not there. And guess what? You just wasted your time on shit that means nothing.
Exactly.
So, with that
Exactly.
said, I'm Sarge Mayhem. That's Deeez Gains, and for this episode of Bunker Down, we are out.
See ya.